So obviously when we have positive, good, strong working relationships, we need to have an element of trust in it. And I get asked in my classes a lot, how do I build trust with people? And trust is such a huge concept and it's such a big thing to build. But the researcher Brené Brown did a ton of research, and what she found was that trust is actually built one small act at a time. So it's those small daily acts that we do every day, where we follow through, we keep our word, we hold someone's confidences. Those are the little things that we do every single day that help us build trust. And of course, the way that we erode trust is the exact opposite. So, if we gossip about someone, if we don't hold their confidence, if we tell someone we're going to do something and then we don't follow through, those are the ways that we erode trust. So I just encourage you to think about what are the little things you do every day that build trust, and maybe what are the little things you do every day that erode trust. And I want to share with you the research that Stephen Covey has done. It comes from his book, The Speed of Trust, and it's on the 13 behaviors of high trust leaders. And I think whether you're a leader formally in a formal position of leader, or whether you're simply a leader in your role in terms of how you show up, no matter what the position title is, we could all benefit from using more of these high trust behaviors. So I'll just share a few kind of descriptions or examples of what some of these are. And as I'm doing that, just think about what are some of the behaviors that you are really good at. When I describe that, you're like, yep, that's absolutely me, I do that really well. But what are some of the ones that you feel like, you know what, I should maybe get a little bit better at that, or oh, that might be one of the ways that I am eroding trust, is by not following through on that particular behavior. So the 13 behaviors of high trust leaders that come out of Stephen Covey's book, The Speed of Trust, include things like talking straight. So, this kind of goes back to what I was saying. It's like, if you have an issue with someone, just go up, talk to them, tell them what's going on, be clear with them. You're really straightforward. Confront reality. This is one people often ask me about. So that's, if I go into Sam's office and I say to Sam, I need you to do this project and this project, and you're late on this deadline, and he says, yep, no problem, can't wait to do it. I'm going to confront reality by saying, I hear in your tone that you sound a little bit frustrated, right? So instead of just letting things slide, when I see things, I'm actually going to go up and address them and deal with them. Follow through is another huge way that we build trust, right? So if you've told someone that you're going to do something, you need to be able to do it, to follow through, to deliver on what you have promised to them. And I find that this is one at work that sometimes we fall down on because we overcommit, right? We have 8 million things on the go. We have so many things we have to do. We say, yeah, no problem. I'll get that done for you in 2 weeks. And it totally falls off of our plate. But guess what? That's a way that we erode trust. Right? So really, when you take on commitments, think about what's realistic for you and how are you going to be able to follow through on them. Because when we follow through, we build trust. All right, so a few of the other behaviors are to create transparency. Just be as clear and honest as you can about what's going on. If a decision has been made, explain the why and the thinking behind the decision. That really helps people understand what's happening. Right wrongs is another way that we build trust. If you realize that you have made a mistake or that you maybe didn't follow through and deliver, go and apologize to the person and ask what you can do to make it up to them. Listen first. You'll recognize that from what I was just talking about. It's a way that we build trust by listening to the other person and understanding what's going on for them. Get better. And that's really just, when people are working to always improve themselves a little bit and we see that they're working on it, we see that they're trying hard, we trust them more. And another behavior is to extend trust. Often we're afraid to be vulnerable and we think, I'm not going to trust you until you show me some reason that I can trust you. But actually, if we're going to be leaders and if we're going to show up and step into things, we need to trust first. There's a wonderful saying that says leaders trust first. And that means that I'm going to show up and I'm going to trust you. I'm going to be vulnerable with you. I'm going to, possibly delegate to you, trust you to get the work done. And, what I often say to people who say to me, but, I'm terrified to trust, or I've been burnt before, or, I tried to trust someone a while ago at work and it really went sideways on me, is start small. Start with something that, if it goes sideways on you, it's not going to be too difficult. Start small and start with people that you already feel like you have a level of trust with, and then work up. But as a leader, we need to extend trust and trust first. So those are some of the ways that Stephen Covey suggests that we can build trust. So take a few minutes, think about what are one or two of those that are maybe areas that you could work on, and then commit to practicing over the next few weeks. You know, whether it's confronting reality or talking straight or showing loyalty, find one thing that you can work on and practice over the next few weeks to continue building trust, because that's what's going to help you have really good working relationships.